Welcome to our module on media literacy. This module is divided in 2 lessons, and the second one about mentoring as an innovative resource for ethical dilemmas resolution. So let's start with the second lesson. The main objectives of this lesson are: present the concept of mentoring, recognize the mentoring as a strategy to empower young people about digital literacy, understand how mentoring can be an effective resource to attend ethical dilemmas presented in the lesson before, deeper understanding of principles for effective digital mentoring, provide example of effective tools to deliver a mentoring program. Now, let's learn more about mentoring. Mentoring is a process that involves the interaction between two people: the mentee, who benefits from the knowledge, the skills, competencies, and experiences of a mentor, and the mentor, available to use his own experience to promote positive behaviors in a constructive manner and on a voluntary basis to the mentee. Mentoring involves an interaction between at least two people, promoting a personal and/or a professional development of the mentee through the mentor's guidance. This relationship is based on consistent but limited support, and this is a process of co-construction. Mentoring is a personalized and integrated intervention where the mentor helps and supports the mentee in the building process of self-confidence, self-efficiency, and self-concept. In this process of development, we should promote the skills and qualities of the mentees, helping, for example, youngsters developing digital skills may increase their employability potential and improve academic performance. Create a healthy and secure relationship with the mentee, ensuring an environment of respect and security, which is even more important when it comes to mentoring processes involving youth. The mentor should also have opportunities to teach the mentee. For digital mentoring, this may require specific resources such as computers, tablets, and smartphones. Guide the mentoring sessions according to the mentee's needs and requirements. The overall objective of FORZA is to initiate the strategic digital transformation of youth work and raise awareness about the entrepreneurial potential of social media marketing as a new form of youth employment. In this sense, digital mentoring is a strategy to tackle the issue that results from this increased role that technology has in society and to provide tools to make a critical and positive use of it. Considering the main roles in the mentoring process, we find the mentor's coordinator, an experienced mentor or organization responsible for the management and supervision of the mentoring program, ensuring that the goals are being met. The mentor's coordinator recruits, develops, and retains mentors and mentees, being also responsible for the pairing between them. The role of the coordinator is crucial, given that he or she is a reference point with whom both digital mentors and mentees can come to when facing difficulties in the process. The mentor, a voluntary person who is willing to take time and effort to use his or her knowledge, skills, and experience in order to model positive behaviors to the mentee. It is a responsibility to be involved in and engaged in one or more mentoring relationships to support the mentees and for preparing, conducting, and evaluating the mentoring sessions according to the objectives of the program and to the objectives established with the mentee according to his or her specific needs. Mentors play a fundamental role in the FORZA initiative because they guide youngsters through the process of acquiring knowledge and practical skills related to digital literacy. The mentee, the person who benefits from the mentoring process. He or she should be a person who is motivated and willing to develop personal, social, and professional skills. Youth engage in mentoring programs for various reasons, and the specific needs of each young person must be taken into consideration during planning and implementation of the sessions in order to produce the desired results. The mentoring model proposed should meet the following features. About typology. It could be peer or non-peer. Mentors can have or not have common characteristics with the mentees. Relationship 1-1. The mentor can be paired with more than one mentee. However, each mentee should be paired with only one mentor. This helps increasing the feelings of trust and connection that young people may have towards their digital mentor. The mentoring process needs to be focused in the specific objectives, goal-oriented and open-handed. The process has a specific goal to be achieved, set by the program and by each pair, but it can also address collateral aspects of the mentee's life. Digital mentors must be flexible and adaptable to accurately approach the needs of youngsters during the sessions. About the duration and frequency of the program, each mentoring process should be implemented as maximum for 6 months. We recommend sessions of 60 to 90 minutes each and a minimum frequency of every 2 weeks. About the format, it is preferential to conduct the mentoring process face-to-face, but when facing certain constraints, such as geographical distance or public health crisis, an online format or mixed may be tolerated. Mentor and mentee should together agree on the place for mentoring, which should be a place where both feel comfortable and safe. Mentoring processes should be based on the needs of the mentees to define the specific goals for each mentoring relationship. In this way, activities that are implemented during the mentoring sessions may be simple and, of course, more complex, which require greater effort from both parties. It is also important to highlight that mentoring relationships are translative in co-constructed processes, so it is imperative that both mentors and mentees are fully engaged and motivated to achieve the goals they define in the first meeting. As you can see, the mentoring relationship starts in the first meeting between mentor and mentee and finish just after the evaluation phase. During the process, they should define the main goals and the moments of monitoring and evaluation of the process. In order to enjoy healthy and fruitful mentoring programs, mentors and mentees must set some boundaries. Mentors should explain the kind of help they are able to provide according to their role, and mentees may have a clear and realistic vision about what mentors can do for and with them. Mentors should define a general structure of the mentoring relationship, be prepared to say no, take care of him or herself and establish boundaries to prevent stress. Be able to implement a detached relationship. Moreover, it is important for mentors to be aware that challenges can arise when establishing a mentoring relationship with a mentee, as poor communication, over-dependency, emotional stress and psychological challenges, lack of knowledge in specific topics. The mentoring program generally requires the implementation of specific steps. First, begin the program. This is the first step of the mentoring process. It is at this stage that the recruitment of mentees and mentors is done. 2. Train the mentors. After the recruitment of both mentors and mentees, it is important to train the mentors. They should be able to conduct a mentoring process. During this time, it is also useful to take notes of the mentor's profile. This will be useful for the next stage of the process. 3. The moment of pairing. This stage is when mentors and mentees are matched according to both their profiles and the mentee's needs. This step is crucial for the success of the mentoring process, since the mentee should feel like the mentor can help him or her in achieving the goals. 4. The introduction. The introduction is the first session in the mentoring program. The mentor and the mentee should present themselves, confirm the pairing, and finally sign the mentoring agreement. Phase number 5, the development. This is the stage of real mentoring, where the mentor addresses the needs of the mentee, and the mentee is involved in various activities to promote his knowledge on previously discussed topics. This stage usually is the longest part of the mentoring program. 6. Monitoring and supervision. Alongside the development stage, the implementation of the mentoring program should be supervised and monitored by a third party, normally the mentoring coordinator. This is done to assure the correct guidance on the mentoring sessions and understand if there have been any improvements from the mentee. 7. Closing and evaluation. This is the final stage of the mentoring program. This stage is reserved for the final evaluation and discussion of the mentoring process. This is very important to collect feedback from the program and fine-tune it for future interventions. And now you are probably thinking about why to become a digital mentor. A mentor is a person who can support, advise, and guide a less experienced person by creating a beneficial relationship of trust. Mentors take time to know their mentees and their needs, and then use their understanding and personal experience to help them improve and reach their own goals. In the case of digital mentoring, it should be highlighted that mentors may play an important role helping youngsters to develop digital skills and digital literacy competencies, which are particularly valued nowadays. We must also emphasize that there are a number of advantages in being a mentor, such as joviality, collaboration, networking, professional development, personal satisfaction, growth, development of interpersonal skills, development and remaking the skills of professional practice, professional satisfaction, development of communication and coaching skills, intercultural experience, change of perspective, intensified self-reflection, increased know-how about the labor market, extension of the personal network, and finally, it is a possibility to meet other mentors. On the other hand, mentoring programs are often related to a set of benefits for the mentees: increased self-confidence, self-esteem and sense of solidarity, increased social opportunities and friendship circles, and the reduction of isolation and exclusion. In digital mentoring, this can be developed by promoting sessions related to the mentees' self-reflection and activities that help them engage in healthy, safe, and fruitful interactions with others, both online and offline, improving interpersonal and intrapersonal competencies of youngsters. Digital mentors should promote a comfortable, safe, and fun environment during the sessions, which will enable youngsters to ask questions or to share some of the difficulties that they might face regarding digital technology. Mentoring can also result in other positive outcomes, such as support, encouragement, discussion, sharing of ideas, constructive feedback, and affirmation, career progression, and commitment. Also, it is possible to refer to benefits related to development of potentials, personality development, professional guidance, networking in the world of work, change of perspective, motivation, exchange of experiences. Critical thinking is another important transversal competency related to digital literacy that can be integrated and developed during the mentoring sessions. In this process, mentors can encourage young people to question the information they receive and its sources, reflect about the importance of producing ethical and appropriate content for online social networks, consider the limits of media companies in relation to obtaining people's data on virtual platforms, promote the autonomy of the mentees through the process, and to empower them to identify and mitigate potential risks that digital transformation produces. Planning and developing activities for the mentees according to their specific needs, it is a fundamental step to empower young people through mentoring. Mentors need to dedicate some of their time in searching for adequate tools to use in the sessions. By successfully performing this task, mentors are able to develop competencies such as information literacy, communication, digital content creation, safety, and security and problem solving. So, about unequal access. Given that digital transformation does not reach everyone in the same way, it is possible to observe that while some groups enjoy full access and use digital tools with great ease, we see many people still having difficulties accessing and using them. The guided and joint use of these virtual spaces in a mentoring session is a way to provide people with fewer opportunities for knowledge on the subject, for example. At the beginning of the mentoring process, it is important for the mentor to understand which digital competencies the mentee already has. The next step is to develop strategies to transfer these skills to other real-life purposes. The mentoring process will make it possible for mentees to have a friendly space in which they can open up their struggles related to digital tools use, pose questions, and learn with the mentor at their own pace. Using the following tool during the mentoring session, the mentor should understand the main digital competencies the mentee has in order to improve them or develop some of them during the mentoring process. Privacy. As mentioned in the previous lesson, to be literate in the 21st century takes more than simply knowing how to use technology. Mentoring can be a powerful strategy to promote skills related to privacy and security to assure that the mentees are fully aware of how they can safeguard themselves in digital spaces. During the initial stages of the mentoring process, mentor and mentee can talk about and even make a list of possible digital threats to create practical ways of combating them in a following stage. After acknowledging these risks, the mentor can propose a checklist with safety recommendations for the mentee to have in mind when entering virtual spaces. For example, make sure that the camera and microphone are turned off, confirm that websites are not accessing your geographical location, protect your identity and personal data when entering unfamiliar spaces. Listing threats and proposing solutions during mentoring will enable the mentee to understand concerns related to the digital world. At the same time, that will empower them to have critical and careful behavior online, resulting in an autonomous and responsible use of these tools. Fake news. The growing amount of data and news that come to us in digital platforms as Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok makes it urgent to develop strategies to ensure that citizens can distinguish misinformation and disinformation from reliable information. Mentoring sessions create an opportunity for people less familiar with fake news dangers to be supported by peers that can help them develop a critical approach to this matter. According to Statista, the 6 most popular social networks in January 2023 in the entire world were Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, WeChat, and TikTok, respectively, each one with billions of monthly active users. Taking this into consideration, mentors can propose an analytical approach to these platforms or even others chosen in sessions with a mentee, so that they can reflect and discuss the reliability and trust of each one of them. Artificial intelligence. Digital transformation is responsible for some of the greatest resources that society enjoys on a daily basis. On the other hand, we need to be aware of possible negative outcomes that may come along as well. The ideal way of dealing with these transformations that led to artificial intelligence as we know it is to be informed, to question the limits of the technology in our lives, and to develop a balance between the digital and the non-digital. Raising awareness of the fact that technology, precisely because it is a human product, it is neither neutral nor free of prejudice, is another interesting goal to be implemented in the mentoring process. Using the following tool, during the mentoring session, the mentees can reflect about the role of digital technologies in their lives and how it would be in the future. Identity. Given the use of digital spaces, young people have found new possibilities regarding the process of discovering and exploring their own identity. As previously mentioned, this can result in dangerous situations that often impact digital platform users in a negative way. We should keep in mind that the proposed approach in the mentoring process must be built upon the mentee's needs. For example, if the goal of the mentee is to make friends from a foreign country using online platforms, the mentor can use tools to promote the self-reflection about his or her personal characteristics and cultural background. This self-awareness will be useful to let them be aware of the differences they may find regarding opinions and preferences when engaging in conversations with friends from other places. On the other hand, if the mentee's goal is to be more confident in the e-learning spaces, the mentoring sessions should tackle the difficulties they are having and highlight the youngsters' strengths and qualities, for example. Participation. Mentoring can help young people and people with fewer opportunities to responsibly navigate digital spaces and leverage these platforms for positive social change. It is important for mentees to reflect about their opinions, values, and to identify relevant skills that may help to understand their role as a citizen in digital spaces and to navigate responsibly in these platforms. Here, mentors can help raise questions about how the mentees understand specific topics in real life, as for example global warming or bioterrorism, how they imagine the future will look like, and how they express themselves in digital environments in relation to what they believe. Using the following tool during the mentoring session, it is possible to provide a practical structure for youth to share their ideas and to fight for what they believe in a conscious and assertive way. Sustainability. As we are facing a lot of environmental changes that threaten society's well-being in every continent, it is vital for every citizen to embrace responsibilities regarding sustainability. Young people are particularly important to this process as they represent the possibility of positive conditions for future generations, even though they still face obstacles to influence decision-making at a national and transnational level. In this sense, we propose using mentoring to provide youth the digital skills to fight for a greener world by presenting them with digital channels in which they can responsibly engage in online interactions with other interested young people, for example. Another way to address sustainability-related dilemmas in mentoring sessions can be think and discuss ecological-friendly ways of using digital technology. For example, mentor and mentee can use the word cloud tool to make visible the possibilities brought by digital tools such as resource and energy efficiency, virtualization, reduced transaction costs, better design of products and processes. This will allow for the mentee to become aware of these advantages and will empower them to avoid non-green attitudes and to act towards sustainability. Mentoring is an empowering and transformative process both for mentees and mentors. During it, there is the development of soft and hard skills and the possibility of getting closer to the main objectives defined in the initial sessions. For this, it is necessary that this process takes place in a structured and planned context. Next, we will present some principles based on the Digital Mentors Handbook related to attitudes and behaviors that facilitate a beneficial mentoring relationship for the people who participate in the process. Keep in mind that this is up to each mentor to explore the different principles and suggestions to decide which type of approach makes sense in each mentoring relationship. There is a set of characteristics and behaviors that are common to well-heeled mentors. Kindness, related to a welcoming attitude rather than a judging one. Patience, being willing to repeat the process more than once and how many times are needed. Empathy, the ability to put yourself in other person's shoes and to imagine their own experience. Generosity, being willing to provide full attention during a mentoring session and being honest with the mentee. And flexibility, being available for changes in the process when the mentee's needs change. To improve your abilities as a mentor, it is important that you understand your own attributes, motivations, and even the difficulties that you face in the mentoring process. Understanding and motivating the mentees. Know your mentee's interests and motivations regarding mentoring is a critical step during the initial stages of the process. The other factor that is to understand the existing digital skills that they may have. Once it enables you to set a baseline to work in and to design interesting activities to foster their competencies. Feeling safe in the mentoring. Creating a mentoring setting in which young people feel comfortable, welcomed, and safe is one of the main responsibilities of the mentor. This is important because not only the physical spaces where the sessions will occur influence the mentee's understanding and attitudes during the sessions, but they also help build the trust that is necessary to these relations. For a digital mentoring process, features such as a stable internet connection, adequate technology according to the mentee's needs, example, tablets or computers, comfortable furniture, rooms with good lighting are essential. Also, remember to make sure the space is accessible to everyone. Keeping in mind the mentee's interests. Mentoring is all about keeping the specific and real necessities of the mentees in mind during the entire process. Promoting interest-driven learning is a more effective and faster way to teach mentees practical tips about digital tools when comparing with applying a strict curriculum. Adapting the content to be covered in the sessions to youngsters' preferences is a good strategy to keep their attention in the learning process, a course on a video production, for example. Moreover, mentors must take into consideration that each mentee learns best in a specific way, and that it may be helpful to ask them about it to adjust the sessions regarding content and format. Establishing goals for the learning process. Given that each individual has a unique set of skills and face specific difficulties regarding the use of digital tools, setting a flexible and effective plan with learning goals to reach the mentee's needs is a good strategy to provide a tailor-made approach during the sessions. In this sense, it might be useful to set long-term goals in the beginning of the process and throughout the first weeks or months. These goals can be: create a LinkedIn account and keep it updated with professional content, produce a series of webinars on YouTube about social media marketing. Additionally, mentors can propose to set short-term goals in the beginning of each session, breaking down the long-term goals in specific activities to develop the mentee skills on the subject. For example, make a professional CV in a digital platform, or learn how to post a self-introduction video on an online platform. This will enable the mentees to acquire digital competencies on a regular basis and to work focused on their main objectives. Addressing concerns and finding solutions. During the mentoring process, there are possible challenges that affect both the mentees and the mentors. Here, communicating about these difficulties and thinking of alternatives to tackle them are valid strategies to make digital mentoring a more beneficial process to all people involved. Additionally, we must remember that there are specific concerns and probably obstacles when it comes to digital mentoring processes that have young people as mentees, such as trust problems between mentor and mentee, difficulty to find adequate limits for the relationship, different interests and skills levels regarding digital tools, for example. Building a digital network. Here, understanding the potentialities created by digital mentoring when it comes to building an online community is a great strategy. Mentoring sessions are great opportunities for mentors to receive feedback about how the new skills are positively impacting the mentee's life. This process is also a chance for the mentor to connect the mentee with local services and sources of support which can help youth to develop their competencies. On the other hand, digital mentors can also benefit from this process by participating in community events or even other projects in collaboration with other mentors. Assessing the mentoring impact. Reflecting about the process is an important step for the mentor to improve future mentoring programs and to develop their own approach. This can be done by asking the mentee for feedback, for example. Critical thinking about the sessions and the results, or the lack of them, is another way of identifying the strengths and weaknesses of the structure or the activities to adapt and make them more effective. Remember that, as it is important to celebrate your mentee's improvement and success, it is also important to celebrate yours. Realizing and commemorating the progress that happens in mentoring is a great way to empower and build the confidence of the people that are participating in the process. Since new challenges associated with digital technologies are constantly emerging, there is a need for innovative and effective strategies to mitigate them as well. Finally, we highlight the importance of developing digital mentoring, considering appropriate and responsible attitudes and behaviors to ensure the success of the program.